I've had a very productive morning so far today, which has caused me to be a little bit late on the video, but God said better late than never. All right, so today is Wednesday, September 26th. We're doing our devotion from Sarah Young's Jesus Calling. Here we go. Come to me and listen. Attune yourself to my voice and receive my richest blessings. Marvel at the wonder of communing with the Creator of the universe while sitting in the comfort of your home. Kings who reign on earth tend to make themselves inaccessible. Ordinary people almost never gain an audience with them. Even dignitaries must plow through red tape and protocol in order to speak with royalty. Though I am the king of the universe, I am totally accessible to you. I am with you wherever you go. Nothing can separate you from my presence. When I cried out from the cross, it is finished. Calm formation. I just heard that this morning, or was it last night? And the woman kept saying, it is finished. It is finished. It is finished. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. This opened the way for you to meet me face to face with no need of protocol or priests. Wow. I, the King of Kings, am your constant companion. Ooh, just breathe. She references Isaiah chapter 50, verse 4, Isaiah chapter 55, verse 2 and 3, John chapter 19, verse 30, and Matthew chapter 27, verse 50 and 51. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The curtain, the veil. You don't have to go to a specific building on a specific day with specific people. You don't have to pray specific prayers or dress a specific way or present yourself a specific way. He's with us all the time. The point of church is community, family, support. Church isn't like that anymore. Most churches aren't. I can't speak for all of them because I haven't been to all of them. But the churches that I've been to aren't like that anymore. It's not a community. It's not a family. They pretend to be one when they're at church, but as soon as church is over, they all go their separate ways. And don't dare reach out to one of them when it's not a church day. I learned a long time ago, thank you, Jesus, that I can have church sitting right here. My grandma used to do it all the time. She would just break out in the middle of the house having church. Like, where'd that come from? I didn't understand it then, but I do now. My grandma would just walk through the house singing church hymns, just like out of the blue. Because she always had Jesus in her heart. She always had God in her heart. And we can do the same. It doesn't have to be some beautiful symphony that you've spent hours writing. When you feel like you have nobody to talk to, when you feel completely alone in the world, that's who you turn to. Because you're not alone. They're always with us. I speak from experience. In the physical realm, I am alone. In every sense of the word. But in the spiritual realm, I am not. They're with me all the time. And the more I pay attention and the more I listen, the more I see them and feel them and know they're there. And there's probably I'm okay, baby. Go play. I went to town today and they got new toys and new blankets and stuff, and it's been a good morning so far. I thank God for his many blessings. He provides every time I ask him to. But it doesn't just show up at my door. You know, I actually have to go out there and get it. That's something that a lot of people don't understand. He's not just going to bring the blessings and drop them in your lap. Sometimes he does, and it's wonderful when it happens that way. But you have to get out and you have to work for it. You have to work for it internally and externally. I was able to get several things that I needed today. But I had to go get them. I didn't get everything I wanted, but I got most of it. You know? Go sit down now. Go on. Oh, you got a hair in your eye. Okay. Alright, go sit down. Or go play. Do something. He sees me crying. He doesn't understand that they're happy tears. They don't understand the difference. He's just picking up on my energy. He's been doing that a lot the last couple days. There's been a lot of... Go play. Please go play. Go on. Go. Copper, go on. Go. Sometimes I just have to be stern, or he doesn't listen. But isn't that how we all are? Like, you got them kids that mom will tell them, just yesterday in a video, turn that down, please. Turn that down, please. She asked her like 4 or 5 times, this woman asking her little girl to turn the TV down. And finally, she turned around and she said her name and she said, please turn it down. And she did it. Well, that's how God is with us. You know, we're stubborn and hard-headed and set in our ways and think we have control over everything. And so sometimes he has to get stern with us to make us listen, to make us pay attention. Those moments are typically not fun, but whether we realize it or not, a lot of times we don't give him any other option. Our guardian angels are up there like, oh, God. I tried telling her, boss. I tried telling her. You know? Sometimes we just miss it. Either intentionally or unintentionally. Sometimes we're just oblivious. And, you know, that's not fun to admit, but it's the truth. You know, sometimes, you know, we're so focused on getting things right in the 3D world that we lose track of the spirit world. A lot of people don't even realize they're supposed to be in both. You know what I mean? For a long time, I didn't. And, you know, that's a lot of the reason why I do these videos. My life isn't perfect, far from it. But there's no such thing as perfect. There's no such thing as normal. That being said, I got a download last night, and I'll be doing a video about that, which kind of touches on that topic. But, you know, there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. There may be similarities, but come on. I mean, let's just be real. How many different personality traits can there be? You know, you're surely going to find at least, you know, 1,000 people that have that same personality trait. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people in the world, and, you know, there's only so much that we're capable of in this 3D realm. So, you know, of course you're going to find people that you have things in common with. Of course you're going to find somebody that looks exactly like somebody else, which is crazy. It's crazy. but it happens all the time. But you can take identical twins and they're completely different. They look exactly alike, but their personalities are completely different. You know what I mean? That's how the world works. We all pray different. We all pray for different things. But remember, when you pray, to show your gratitude as well. Don't just always come when you're in need. That's like going to visit your mom, and the only time you go to visit her is when you need to borrow money. It's the same thing. Sure, he's happy to hear from us. Sure, he wants to help us. But how come that's the only time he hears from us? I know that feeling. It was 11:22 when I looked at the timer. My son doesn't even call me anymore. But I'm not going to complain about it. I've had to detach from that situation almost completely for my own mental health, for my own spiritual health and physical health. Am I still paying for it? Probably. Will I have to pay more for it later on? Probably. But right now, and what should be important to all of us, is healing. I promised myself when I accepted, finally, after years and years of living in denial, and I finally accepted that they were never coming home. It only took like 6 years. And then it took even longer than that for me to completely let go. It was when I bought my property and everything happened. And then I turned around and sold my property because of everything that happened. That's when I finally realized it. He was messing with I can make assumptions all day long, but when it's all said and done, the best thing for me to do, and all I can do, is put it in God's hands and give over the control to Him. And just pray that He takes care of my baby and not let anything bad happen to him. Which we all have bad things to happen. That's part of living. But don't let anything bad that we can't come back from happen. So I said all that to say, sorry. Give it to God. Whatever it is. You don't have to be in a church. You don't have to be in a cathedral. You don't have to be dressed all fancy and say the perfect right words. Just sit down and start talking to Him. Like you're talking to somebody that cares about you. I know not everybody, I can't use my parents as an example for that. I can use my grandparents as an example for that. My grandmother and my papa always listened to me. Even when I didn't deserve it. And that's how our Heavenly Father is. He listens to us and wants to help us even when we don't feel like we deserve it. Even when we're not willing to help ourselves. Sometimes we get lost. And we don't know which way to turn. We feel like no matter which way we go, we're going to mess it up. That's when it's time to pray about it. Pray about it all the time. You don't have to make decisions on your own. And sometimes we just have to learn to be still. That's what I'm having to learn. I've always been the person that was on the go, get up and go all the time, from daylight till dark, sometimes longer than that. I've always been that way. So for me, not being busy, not being overwhelmed, not being stressed out, I feel like I'm being lazy. I feel bored. And what's the phrase they use? Restless. All right. Hopefully I haven't gone too long to where this won't post on YouTube. If it won't post on YouTube, I'll at least post it on Facebook. As always, be grateful for what you have. the big, the small, and the blessings yet to come. If you see a need out there today, tomorrow, next week, if there's any possible way that you can fill that need, please do so. You may not only better their day, but you could possibly change their life. And you never know the impact it can have on yours. Be blessed, find peace, and I'll see you next time.